When Python imports a module, it runs all the code in that module. We have a .py file here, salutations.py, that imports random, defines a new list, and defines another list based on the first one, and extends that first list, defines a function, calls the function, and it prints, defines another function, and it calls the function and prints again. What do you expect would happen if we were to import this module? What normally happens when you import a module in Python? Normally, if we were to import, say, the math module, we'd see nothing happen. We'd get a math module object back, but we wouldn't see anything happen at import time. When we import salutations, we see stuff printed out, which is a little weird. This happens because when Python imports a module, it runs all the code in that module, and then it takes whatever variables were defined in that module, and it puts them on the module object. In our case, that's salutations. So we have a greet function, and we have a part function, but we also have a salutations list. And in fact, we even have a greet variable, now a greeting variable rather. Greeting was used as a little temporary variable inside of our for loop. It's available to us. And in fact, even the random module that we imported in the salutations is available as a variable on this salutations object, which is really weird, but this is just the way Python works. When you import a module in Python, all the code in it will be run, and all the variables in that module will be stuck on that module object. This normally isn't a problem unless we have side effects at import time, which is our problem. We're printing, which we probably shouldn't be doing at the top level of our module. So if we remove those print calls and we import a module now, we'll see nothing. Nothing happens except that we get a salutations module object, and it has the variables that are available in this module. So when you're making a .py file, you don't usually want to print at the top level of that .py file. Typically, you want to define functions or classes or objects, maybe constants, that are meant to be used by folks outside of that module on that module object. The one exception to this rule, the one place that you actually want to print at the top level of your module, is if you're making a command line program. You're making a script. So here we have a command line program, greet.py. It's meant to be run on its own, and it's supposed to print something to the screen. Because of that, we have at the top level here some code that reads arguments if they're given to us, and then calls greet, which prints something out. So when you import a module in Python, Python will run all the code that's in that module. So be careful not to put side effects at the top level of your .py files if they're meant to be imported as modules.